Testing. Is it working? Hello? Hello? Yeah, it might be a little buggy. Hang on. Okay. Hello. Oh no, there's like ghost chat in the background. She doesn't know how to get rid of that. It's been a very long time since she streamed, so maybe some things are. Oh wait, there we go. There we go. Hello. Oh gosh. It's been such a long while. Let her turn things on like this, like so, right? A little background music. It wouldn't be good to listen to Shiose and nothing but silence. It's been such a long time. How is everyone? How is everyone? Of course, if you haven't noticed, Shiose has a new model. And, well, look at how springy and bouncy and flowy it is. Oh, she's like looking perpetually in the wrong direction. Hang on, we can fix this. There we go. That should be better, right? One moment. Okay, is this better? Or maybe she should be a little smaller. Is this better? Oh, it's so, you know, like springy and flowy, the new model. And also Shiose's mouth, you know, finally moves in more than one direction. Well, and now she can do the shocked Pikachu mouth. Okay, yes, hello everyone. So she hasn't really had that much time with the new model either. She's been kind of like, she's been like working with it a little bit, but she hasn't really had a time to like really go all out like this. So, at the very least, this soft comeback lets her know that there's some things with her model that she needs to adjust. Let's see if we can't. Okay, that might be better. She did some recalibration with her camera. Her model should move a little better now. Yes, everyone, thank you for the welcome backs. There's so many of you. Ah. There's a chin out like, yeah. And she can lean forward. Wait, watch this. She'll say coming right at you. Oh goodness. So, on the docket today, she supposes if there is a docket, it's mostly, you know, Shiose just wants to chat with everyone, but of course we can talk about, you know, like anything and everything. For example, you know that like really famous 14-page last turn document? Do you know that? It's so what's the word? It's so interesting. And she read like the entire document that like lists all the last turn rulings, and it was like really informative because she learned a lot. And Well, probably primarily because it's like TCG, right? And Shiose is mainly talking about Rush and Rush related things, so it's a little strange for Shiose. But you know, she got really into Master Duel in the interim, and well, so you know, when Shiose gets into something, she puts her all into it. So that 14-page document was very enlightening. You know, last turn is the reason why so many cards that are like, oh, you can do this during the battle phase. But like it would say like you can do this during each battle phase, implying that there can be more than one battle phase every turn. Which obviously, with like some small exceptions, like last turn and maybe Mischief of the Time Goddess. But technically Mischief of the Time Goddess takes you to the next turn, so doesn't really count under each turn. Anyway, hang on, she's gonna do this again. Okay, there we go. Her model should stop looking up so much now. Oh, thank you everyone for the compliments on the new model. She loves her little flappy fins too. Look. Whenever she blinks, they move. Oh, no. She doesn't know whether or not they do so if she winks though. How about we try? Oh yes, they do. Oh, they're for each eye. So if Shiose winks with one eye, then that associated fin will do a little shake and move. Okay. She also, of course, has a bunch of, you know, expressions, which are, you know, totally fun, like, like this. Of course, there's, the classic. Oh, is the other one not working? Oh no. Oh no. Well, she has, like, one more for some reason that's not showing up, so... Well, it's okay. She set up one more hotkey. She doesn't know whether or not it's gonna work though. Oh my gosh, there it is! Little rabbit ears overlaid on top of Shiose. It's okay, she'll take them off. Just retract your ears. Oh, hello, Pie! Oh, okay, she keeps getting distracted and going off on tangents and then doing other things. What's the point of a docket if Shiose doesn't follow it, huh? Oh, maybe that's a good thing though. It means like Shiose just keeps having things to talk about. Okay, let's get the questions in order. She'll scroll up a little. Someone asked about equip spells in Rush, right? Let's see here. What? She hasn't been looking. She hasn't been able to keep up with chat. There's so many people. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. From Ihira Met. Oh wait, no, Sergeant Soul is right before. Okay, so Sergeant Soul, thoughts on equip spells and Rush. Okay, there we go. That's the baseline. Let's. Well, she really likes the idea of them. Like they're really fun because, well, Rush is supposed to be fun, right? They give your monsters a little boost. And they get like a little new weapon. So like, you know, in theory they sound pretty nice, but unfortunately in practice she doesn't really think that they're quite as nice. Maybe if Rush had like more spell and trap zones. But most of the time, they kind of are stuck on your field, which is kind of unfortunate if you need to, you know, set cards from your hand so you can draw more. But now you can't set more to draw more. Or you need to wait for your opponent to get rid of an equip spell before you can free up one of your spell and trap zones. So that's like one of the downsides to it. But honestly, the whole thing is so fun. She doesn't really mind all that much. Her favorite equip spell currently, she knows no one asked, but she wants to say it. She really likes the Seven's Road one. She knows technically that that's kind of like the worst one because like you need the name on board, which means like if you don't have the name on board, it's basically a garnet in your hand, a little brick, which you can build your house with. But well, as everyone knows, Shiose really loves Seven's Road Magician. So that's why that's her favorite. Even though it, you know, in the end is really not all that great. But if you maybe build a deck around it, it's not that bad. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, there we go. You hear that? Oh yeah, and then there's the whole sorry, just going off on a tangent again. There's also the whole you know, if you lose a card or if you lose a what's the word? If you lose the equip spell on field, card advantage. That's the word. If you lose an equip spell on field, oh, thank you for the sub. If you lose an equip spell on the field, you go like -2 technically. Well, assuming it's, you know, attached to a monster, which, you know, like in Rush isn't really all that bad. It's just the fact that like it's been clogging up one of your spell trap zones for so long, and then also like you need monsters to attach it to, and it can be outed so easily. Oh, here's a really fun thing that happened with Shiose. She was playing Rush with a friend of hers, and she was trying out the new Dark Galaxy equip. What was it, Void Velgear Tearfling or something like that? And her friend was playing an insect deck. And with she doesn't remember the name of the monster, the Papillion. It's like this little girl in this white dress. But like it's really fluffy. maybe the card rings recognizable to someone. But the monster can change your opponent's monsters to insects. So that her friend changed one of Shiose's Dark Galaxy monsters to an insect, and the equip spell automatically unequipped and went to the graveyard because it could only equip onto Dark Galaxy types, which was an interaction that Shiose never really thought about until now, and that was kind of cool. Like, in the moment, it was like, oh no, Shiose's equip spell, but like, you look back on it and it's like, oh, you can remove an equip spell that way. That's kind of interesting. Although, you know, like, technically, well, unless the equip spells get a little more general, like, oh, only specific attribute type can equip to this. That's a way to remove equip spells, a really creative way. Okay, let's oh, there we go, yes! Delirium Papillon? Papillon? It's very floofy. Okay, let's actually move on to the next question. Alright, let's see here. Shiose, what are your thoughts on Rovian? Oh yes, from the new episode. She actually, she loves Rovian. Well, she loves her design. So far, there's not really a lot to Rovian for Shiose to like, but sometimes a character's design is really all she needs. She likes Rovian's like big floofy hat. In fact, Shiose can also get a big floofy hat, but well, actually, wait. Wait, one moment. Shiose can also get a big floofy hat. Hang on. She can also be like Rovian. One moment, everyone. Hang on. She'll be right back, okay? Okay? Big hat. Big hat. Well, hopefully there's a hat somewhere in here. Or maybe there isn't. Maybe Shiose doesn't have a hat in her repertoire. No. Well, okay. She'll ready one for next stream. For now, she does have a hat. It just won't be very big. And, well, technically this is out of season, but, you know, it's fine. Okay. What? Hat? Well, we can make it bigger. There you go. We can pretend the brim is like a witch's hat, and we'll just pretend this is a big little witch hat. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, some very early Christmas, everyone, don't you know? Alright, let's see here. Well, September is Christmas time according to the retail stores, so... Should say, although she's seeing, you know, the Halloween decorations come out, but one store in her area has started, putting out the Christmas decorations? And it's like, well, Halloween isn't here yet, but... And we're already putting out the Christmas decorations? We still have, what's 12 minus 9? 3 months! We still have 3 months until we get to Christmas. It's Christmas in Shiose-tember. Oh! That's such a nice little pun. Shiose-tember. 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 Shiver me timbers? Oh, okay. Let's get on to the question. Let's see here. Scrolling down. Who did the rigging for Shiose's new model? Oh, right. So Shiose has listed her new papa on her Twitter. If you haven't noticed, she's completely changed them. Her new mama, by the way, is Miyukiko, who is or also known as Miyu, who is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh artist. And to be honest, Shiose was pretty happy with her previous model, and she wasn't ever really going to change, but, well, she saw a Yu-Gi-Oh artist open up, what's the word? Commissions for VTuber models, and she decided that she really wanted to have one done by a Yu-Gi-Oh artist, considering how much she likes Yu-Gi-Oh, so she splurged on this one. But maybe that was a good thing, because Miyu Mama's models, they're completely different, or not different, they're completely more expensive now. They're almost double what Shiose paid. So Shiose got in real quick on before the price is raised, thankfully. They're at a point where Shiose could not afford them the way they're priced now. And her papa is she doesn't know whether or not she should call her papa Liliana or someone else. Yeah, Liliana's fine. Did you know, actually, this is like by pure coincidence. Shiose's model art was done by Miyu Mama Miyukiko, who is based in Australia. And then her rigging is done by Liliana, who Shiose later learned is also based in Australia. So you have the Australians to thank for Shiose's new model. You have Australia to thank. The entirety of the country, by the way. Alright. And she can, oh yeah, she can also show off how her model can lean back and forth, but she'll do that later. Let's finish up these questions. Equip spells. Equip spells. Yeah, you had a rush duel deck you lost 10 times with? Bernie Bricks? Oh, goodness. What kind of deck was that? Was it plants? Let's see here. What else is there? Christmas, Christmas. All the Christmas things. Oh, there we go. Shiose, hi again. Was wondering what was your favorite archetype from Go Rush? So far, mine is Bochi's Heartless Hounds. Oh, that's a really good question. Unfortunately, well, if there were, Shiose would probably say like one of the water archetypes, but technically there's really only Manya's Aquas, which Shiose doesn't really count. So probably and the Kappas are okay. But Shiose also can't say that the Kappas are her favorite either. The Kappa, what are they called? Like the little like weird couple of monsters that came out by themselves that were that Yu-Gi-Oh organization said were supposed to be for Kappa. Was it Rice Terrace Ripple and one other thing. She likes those two, but they're kind of like in their own little like subcategory. They look like psychic types, but they're supposed to be aqua, so you know, okay. But like those don't really constitute an archetype, right? So she supposes what to think? Maybe oh, she's going through all the archetypes right now. Oh, maybe it does have to go to the Rice Terrace Ripples. Oh, wait. How could you forget? Manga-chan! She loves Manga-chan and the yokai archetype. the yokai? No, Yukai. Because it's E-W-E. And then a pun with yokai, but it's sheep. And yeah, she loves Meg-chan. But Shiose just really likes sheep in general, and mutton and lamb, especially when cooked with cumin. Shiose had lamb for lunch today. She had a is it called a gyro? Maybe Shiose's pronouncing that wrong, but she had lamb for lunch today. So maybe she's just a little forlorn thinking about it. Yes, the Rice Terrace art. Ah, it's so good. It's so pretty and cute. Her favorite rush monsters are Savage Claw Tiger and Mirror Innervator. Good choices, good choices. Shiose's favorites are oh wait. Okay, hang on. This hat is overstayed its welcome. We take this off now. Alright. Savage Claw Tiger is a good one. It could. Has anyone like used it in Beast Warrior decks, or is Savage Claw Tiger only Beast? Yeah, someone should code like a bot for stream stuff so Shiose can look up cards in the middle of his stream. Oh well, it's okay though. And then Mirror Innervator is just really cool. Like, it's a really cool design. See here. Made stats and Aqua is actually in the top 10 most represented types in Rush Duels. Shiose's not surprised. They have all the Mimi cards, and then they have Manya, and then they have like the double feature with Manya and Kawaii Tell. So that's not very surprising. Pyro's probably number 1, right? There's so much Pyro. And rocks have like 2 monsters. Yeah, it's like the level 7 normal and then full meteor impact. Is that it? Let's see here. Let's keep going. The new art Meg-chan with Yuamu. Yes! Oh, it's so cute. It's so super cute, super duper cute. She also needs to drink some water. Hang on, everyone. Sippy, sippy. Alright, there we go. Oh, thanks for saying Shiose is better than Meg-chan. You don't need to compare her though. Technically, well, you should love both Shiose and Meg-chan, but of course you can love Shiose just a little bit more. Just, you know, a little suggestion. Maybe one day Shiose can have a card that represents her in Rush, and she can point to it and be like, oh, "That's Shiose." Well, hang on one moment. It seems like her model is doing the whole lean back thing more again. Alright, there we go. Should be better now. Should not be leaning back as much. Alright. Oh! Hello! Hello! August-kun! August-kun! 久しぶり本当に久しぶりですね。ちょっと、1、2、3、4、5、6、6月、6月まで本当に6月Oh, but it has been such a long time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, here we go. Sorry, she's like still trying her best to keep up with chat. And the chat is going by so quickly. You have Sergeant Soul, you've used Savage Claw Tiger in your Heartless Hound deck, and it's really OP with all the level 7s. Oh, really? Okay, so it is like wait, it's Beast Warrior, right? Shiose does have Google. Shiose forgets that she has Google. Hang on. Savage Claw Tiger. Enter. Oh no, it's only level 7 or higher monsters. It doesn't have a type designation. I didn't think Shiose think it did. And what is Savage Claw Tiger? Savage Claw Tiger is a Beast Warrior. Oh wow, yeah, it would work really well with Heartless Hounds. Dragon have the most monsters? Pyro's number 7? Wait, really? Wait, what's number 1? Is it spellcasters or dragons? Oh, dragons wouldn't surprise Shiose. Technically, Shiose is also a dragon. So, you know, playing dragons means playing dragons, and if, you know, there's a sea serpent archetype in the future, hopefully there's that new savage wolfish or something, right? It means supporting Shiose. It's machine? What? It's machine? Machine's number 1? Wow. That's not what she'll say. Really? She didn't think machines had so many monsters. But, you know, now that she thinks about it, they do have quite a few, but like, more than Pyro, more than Spellcaster, more than Dragon? Whoa. Well, that sort of explains why they were in the meta for a while, huh? Oh, so thank you for the fan Shiose card. Shiose, the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh VTuber. Level 7 Aqua type with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. Whoa, these are pretty good stats. Requirement none. Effect: if you summon this card, you win the duel. Oh, you should put Shiose in your decks. Oh. There's in response to there's no sea serpent archetype, well, there kind of is. Well, no, actually, no, wait, not really. There's only like the sea serpent type, and then all of the monsters that can work well with each other, like Umu, the urchin, and Savage Wolfish, which came out recently. But sort of this thing where like early. This happened for TCG as well, where it's like early water decks were like mainly focused around 3 different types. So, oh, thank you for the sub. Also, she missed a sub. She missed a sub earlier, so thank you N17 and Dova Cake for the sub. Where, sorry, early TCG had this problem where like water decks were mainly like sea serpent, fish, and aqua based, but they were like spread around all the types, and technically most water or umi decks in TCG supported all 3 types rather than just one. But it would be nice if Rush could break free of that curse and make their own sea serpent support or archetype, or at least make it work by itself, because then that would be a Shiose deck. Sea serpent Kairu, which is what it is in Japanese. See, Shiose doesn't understand why it's localized as sea serpent, but the Japanese is like sea dragon. that's what Shiose is, a sea dragon. Alright, let's see here. Dragon Warrior have Dragon and Warrior. Oh, Warrior. Oh, Warrior makes sense actually, considering how many cards that they have. It's like the most represented type in TCG too, right? Let's see here. Dragon Warrior have 70 monsters each, and Machines have 73. Oh, okay. So it's just like a little bit more. And Machines probably eked out in front because of all the new Yuhi support. And the Yuhi monsters and Earth Machines, right? Let's see. I'm sorry, Shiose, trying to keep up with chat. Serious question. Shiose, what does Pot of Greed do? How could you ask this of her? How could you ask this of her? Well, unfortunately, Shiose doesn't really quite understand what it does either. If anyone in the chat would be so, kind as to enlighten Shiose as to what Pot of Greed does. But maybe we'll never know. It's a little rare card. Maybe we'll all learn one day. Maybe the Pot of Greed, the real Pot of Greed. Where all the friends that we made along the way. Alright. Oh. Shiose's trying to keep up with chat. Oh. Shiose's kind of confusing the archetypes, right? With the types, but when she says type, she means type. And then when she says archetype, she sometimes means type. She's just so used to calling them archetype because the TCG does it, because, you know, technically, the TCG really only supports archetypes nowadays. There's too many cards for them to generally support types again. Hopefully Rush doesn't run into this problem and finds a way out of not having to only do like random type support. But we'll see. To understand Pot of Greed, we first need to understand quantum mechanics. Well, at least it's not rocket science. Okay. Oh, hello everyone coming into chat. It really has been such a long time, hasn't it? Ah, as Shiose said earlier, when she was speaking in Japanese to a friend of hers who showed up. It's been around 6 months since Shiose last streamed. Oh, it's been really, really long, hasn't it? Oh, Shiose has just been really busy in the past couple of months. She's hoping to be less busy soon, but because everything will be done in a bit way. hopefully, we won't know for sure, but having a comeback, like an actual comeback, because this is a soft one. Remember, this is not official. This is Shiose only missed everyone and wanted to chat. But the real comeback, Shiose's hoping for it to be in September, so then it could be Shiose-tember, shiver me timbers. Every time she says Shiose-tember, she just gets the urge to say shiver me timbers. Oh. Okay, let's see here. I'm just keeping up the chat. Pot of avarice, more like a discard Potter for Potter. Yeah, Shinsei's been using the Potter loop. Sometimes it's really fun. Not that she really understands what she's doing, but when it works, it's very fun. And when it doesn't, Shinsei just cries. Very unfortunate, but you know. You win some, you lose some. Is she enjoying Good Rush so far? Of course. She's a little sad that UTS hasn't been around for the past couple episodes though, but she heard that his voice actor got COVID, so that's probably one of the reasons why he hasn't been around. Very unfortunate. But well, Shiose also got COVID back in June, so if anyone remembers Shiose's COVID arc back in June when she was tweeting so much because she wasn't busy because she was stuck at home, but she couldn't stream either because she had such a sore throat that she couldn't even speak. She had to communicate with the other people in her house by writing things down. That's how much Shiose's throat hurt, so that's very unfortunate. And then she had like COVID after symptoms for about a month afterwards, so it's been a wild summer for Shiose. The Pot of Greed or half a Press Mario video. Shiose just might do a Pot of Greed video. Don't worry, everyone. Shiose will be your brave new frontier. She'll dive into the unknown for everyone and make a Pot of Greed video that finally explains what this card does. And even probably at the end she still won't understand, but she'll do it for everyone here. She'll do it for you. Let's see here. What about Shard of Greed? Shard of Greed, was that only draw 1 or something like that? Shard of Greed isn't all that. Time for Shiose to exercise her Google powers. Google Foo, as one calls it. Oh, each time you draw a card from your normal draw in your draw phase, place 1 greed counter. Send this card with 2 or more greed counters to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. What? This sucks. This sucks so much. Your opponent can just remove it. Well, that's why it's only a shard, you know? It doesn't have the majesty of the unfathomable Pot of Greed. Oh, thank you for the well wishes, Pi. COVID really wasn't fun, but you know, she'll say toughed through it, or toughed it out. There we go. That's the words that she's looking for. That Shield's looking for. 10-hour Pot of Greed explanation. If Shiose made a 30-minute, 1 hour, or possibly longer Pot of Greed video, would everyone watch it? Would you watch the whole thing? You can't just say you'll click on it and watch like a minute or 2. You have to watch the whole thing. Hypothetically, if Shiose put out a 1 hour long Pot of Greed video, would you watch it? Honestly, that sounds like more of an ordeal for Shiose than it is for everyone to have to sit through a 1 hour Pot of Greed video. You'd put the video on as background audio? Yeah. People watched Rada's video where he did that? Wow, really? Well, maybe Shiose needs to join the Pot of Greed meta. The Pot of Greed video meta. Oh, but she'll specifically do it for the Rush version of Pot of Greed. Specifically. 1 hour Pot of Greed explanation. Courtesy of Shiose. And she'll explain everything there is about Pot of Greed for everyone here. But first she has to do research. Write a thesis. What rogue deck would Shiose recommend? Viable and fun in Rush? Or in TCG/Master? No, technically Shiose doesn't really have that much knowledge of TCG. She knows more about Master Duel. Well, if it's Rush, a fun deck. Not a particularly good one, but it is viable. Provided you don't terribly break, is probably reptiles. If you want like something a little bit more meta focused, then probably Secret Order reptiles. But if you wanna play a fun deck, then you should play milling reptiles. 50 cards, not 60 though. 60 kind of kills your consistency a little, but 40 is a little too little for milling, so maybe 45. But Shiose has found that she likes 50 card milling reptiles. Oh, hello, thank you. Oh, thank you for listening to Shiose's stream, even if you don't understand Yu-Gi-Oh! Or don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh. Shiose's glad that everyone here likes her voice. It really has been such a long time. Shiose's she was a little nervous that no one would show up. And she would just be kind of talking at a wall for a bit, or that everyone would like leave after 10 minutes. Well, it's been how long has this been running? It has been an hour? No way. No, hang on, there's more to this. No, hang on. How long has it? It feels like I can't even keep track. Oh, it's been almost an hour. So she started at almost an hour? 40 minutes. Thank you. This is really bad at this. Yeah, so she thought everyone would leave after 10 minutes, and then she would just have to spend the rest of the hour by herself, just talking, you know, at a wall. Oh, but that's good that everyone is still here. Oh, okay. This Shiose heart's like really warmed. Thank you everyone for being here. Ah, there's something in her throat. Let's just take another drink. Sippy. Ever brainstormed alternate formats for Master Duel? Shiose doesn't really like know enough Master Duel to probably think of great formats. If she had to pick a format, it would probably be like pendulums only or something like that. Unfortunately, she's not big-brained enough. Did Shiose do the Duelist Cup in Master Duel? Yeah, she did. She did, like... Well, she didn't get all the way to level 20 because she ran out of time. She didn't have a lot of time to do, like, the grinding. She played it a lot for the first couple of days, and then she fell off because she had... real life got in the way. Very unfortunate. What are her thoughts on the new cross duel game? Oh, Shiose is very excited to actually play it. Especially since 7th characters are in it. There was a data mine that showed that Go Rush characters, or at least Go Rush cards, are gonna be in it as well. So she's very excited to play Cross Duel when it finally comes out in, was it next week? Jose's checking the calendar. Next Tuesday! Yeah, wow! Wow! Who is Shiose's favorite variant or descendant of Go Rush so far? Well, there's no... Okay, there is absolutely no competition. She only showed up for a couple episodes and then she left. And she didn't really do that much, but... Considering one of Shiose's most favorite characters from Go Rush, not Go Rush, from Sevens is Asana, then of course her favorite variant would be Asaka. only makes sense, right? She loves Asuka, even though she hasn't seen that much of her, so she hopes she comes back soon. At the very least, they can bring Asaka back to replace the hole that UDS's voice actor has left. That would be fun, if only, huh? Who is the VTuber Shiose would most want to collaborate with? Huh. Shiose's not really thought about it. Mainly because, there's not a lot of VTubers that actually cover Rush Duels. Or play them in general. Shiose would prefer. She really would prefer, to collaborate with a VTuber that also does Rush Duels. She's watched a couple of Japanese VTubers who stream Rush Duels, and that would be really fun. And Shiose can speak Japanese, so it'll work out. It'll probably just be very confusing for anyone in chat who can't. But really, any Yugi-tuber would be a great collaboration, whether VTuber or not. Okay. Do you think Master Duel will get a new mechanic without an anime to promote it? Huh. Shiose's not entirely sure. She feels like Master Duel has kind of been like stretched to its limits now with like the amount of mechanics and summons and like rules that it's had. She does think it is like due for a little Master Duel update, but she's not sure whether or not it'll get a new mechanic. Maybe not. She doesn't know enough about TCG or OCG to like really comment on any specific ones, unfortunately. Or like any predictions she has. What was that? There was that one Twitter called Yu-Gi-Oh cards but generated by an AI. And there was this one card where they used a Rush Duel art a Vast Vulcan, and like the effect of the card made absolutely zero sense, but it mentioned coast migration summons. That's gonna be in Master Roll 7, everyone. Master Roll 6. Coast migration summon. Sorry. Oh. We are coming up to Master Duel Series 12 in April 2023. What does that mean? She's not sure what that means. Is she going to start doing the English sub for Yu-Gi-Oh again? She actually has been helping out in the background. She's asked not to be credited though. Mainly because she's just been so busy, so she doesn't really mind as much. You mean like sub streams, right? It might be actually possible to do them on YouTube. The only reason why she started streaming on Twitch more often is because whenever Shiose tried to do like watch-alongs or subs on YouTube, she would get immediately struck down by TV Tokyo, which, you know, is fair. But so she had to migrate to Twitch to do that. She doesn't know whether or not she wants to keep streaming on YouTube or go back to Twitch. But she kind of likes YouTube a little better. Maybe a little bit. But what does everyone think? Does anyone have a preference? Like, whether or not you prefer Shiose to be on YouTube, or you prefer her to be on Twitch? Maybe? Or maybe she'll choose to, like, keep shifting between the two. Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh only on YouTube, and then, like, every other game that Shiose could play on Twitch. That might work out, actually. That might be for the best. Hang on, her chat's not scrolling up. Oh, there we go. Now it's scrolling up. Maybe they might bring the max summons from Rush Duel to Master Duel. Oh! Shiose's not sure about that one. Considering how, like, hand advantage works complete... Oh goodness, she had a hiccup. Hand advantage works completely differently in Rush versus Master. She has no idea how, maximums would work, unless, like, you make them, like, a really OP one-piece combo piece. Maybe? Maybe. We'll see, we'll see. There could be different ways to make it work, but you would have to basically kind of butcher the maximum for TCG in order for it to work. So it'd have to be like, oh, if you have one piece in your hand, you can reveal this to your opponent and add the other 2 pieces from your deck to your hand. And that would be, like, really kind of OP, but it would be the only way that maximums would be able to work in Master. Okay, there we go. Then some talk about Yuna from the newest episode. So Shiose actually, she watched the episode live, but she didn't actually watch the episode because she was a little busy at the time. So she ended up just kind of, like, listening and not really watching. So when the subtitles finally came out and she got to actually watch the episode, there were a couple things in there that she didn't remember from the live, but she was kind of not paying attention. What happened? Oh, the one AI card that destroys your opponent's turn. Oh, that one's really good. Shiose likes that. And it's so funny because it's like a die roll card. So technically it should tell you all of your possibilities for what card you roll. Or not card. What card you roll? You don't roll cards. For what dice you roll. For what number. So, like, if you roll 1, then this happens, or if you roll 5, then this happens. But that AI card in particular, for whatever reason, stopped right after 2, and, like, number 1 was like, was it shuffle something back into the deck or whatever? It was something like that. And with that number 2, it stopped there, and it said destroy your opponent's turn. This is how we can save the TCG. We just destroy our opponent's turn. Okay. Normally you don't use Twitch, but you would do so for Shiose. Oh, thank you! Thank you! Yeah, Shiose doesn't quite know. She might just go with the whole only Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube, and then she'll transfer all of her other games, if she ever wants to play them on stream, over to Twitch. That might work for the best. Hopefully Shiose can get to, so she wants to get to about, like, 1,000 subscribers, which might be a long ways off and hard to get to because she hasn't uploaded in such a long while, so she needs to upload a video or 2. And then she can unlock a whole bunch of channel features, like a community tab. She really wants the community cat tab. Then she can actually, you know, post updates, and other stuff like that. YouTube Shorts. Oh, that would also be really fun. And she doesn't quite remember when channel memberships unlock. It might be somewhere around, like, a little further than 1K, but that's for the future. That's for Shiose of the future to worry about. Alright, let's see here. Words for Jaden's birthday. Oh, right! It was Judai's birthday! Oh, actually, no, not was. It is! It's August 31st! Should say picked this date, actually, because it was Judai's birthday, but then she completely forgot that that was coming, and then that today was Judai's birthday. Oh, goodness. Judah is one of Shizo's, like, most favorite characters from, like, the entire, like, Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. So, definitely, you know, happy birthday, Judai. She's kind of sad that, like, the newer Yu-Gi-Oh series from, was it Zeal on? From Zexal, Zeal on, haven't really done character birthdays anymore. She also guesses that you could count YUGIOH's birthday as being on October 3rd, because that's when he had his birthday episode, so... So that works out the way it is. But other characters don't really get birthdays anymore. She misses that. It was like a way to celebrate a character, where everyone came together for a day to celebrate a character. Hopefully they add birthdays back again. That would be nice. Oh. Would Shiose be interested in doing Rush Duels with fans? Oh, of course! She's done them before. You know, her, when she played the Rush Duel Switch game with chat. And she went... Was it 1-4? Or was it 1-5? She only won, like, one duel of all the duels that she went up against chat with, because everyone kept bullying her with Ultimate Flag Mech Acebreaker. Everyone put it in her deck just to spite her. Maybe she'll do that again when the Go Rush Switch game comes out. And the TCG, you can roll a 7 out of a 6-sided die? What? Please elaborate. Does Shiose play Master Duel? Yes! In fact, actually, she wants to sneak in, one game of Master Duel before she ends the stream. But the season just ended, so maybe she'll do a casual match. She has a branded deck that she's really good at playing. Good at playing, quotation marks. So, you know, if everyone's interested, Shiose can go play a little Master Duel. And goodbye, Charizard Ranger. Shiose is so sorry. She's trying to keep up with chat, but everyone's typing so much. Okay, she's gonna try and do her best to read down. Oh, goodbye, Sergeant Soul. Thank you so much for staying. Shiose is very, very happy, so no worries about it. Oh, and Yoshi, it's over midnight. Oh, well, please go to bed. Shiose would definitely have a good rest of the stream. Okay, there we go. Now she's caught up with chat. Okay. The Go Rush game will be scary if they do just the 2 starting decks plus strongest battle decks. We'll just see parallel gates everywhere. Did they mention? Shiose feels like they put out like a little info thing where they mentioned what pack it would have up to. Was it Mega Road Pack? Or was it like the YUGIOH KP10 pack? She's trying to remember, or maybe she hallucinated it. Maybe she hallucinated them having their cards, or like them putting out a release. Sometimes Shiose has false memories like that. A bit sad for the lack of 3D cutscenes. Huh. Well, 7s really didn't have 3D cutscenes, to be honest. Well, not cutscenes in the way that you would normally think of them, you know? They had 2D sprites as well, and then like really blocky and low quality 3D models, but it was like charming. And like the 3D overworld, but in terms of cutscenes, not so much, huh? It's only 6:30 here in Canada. It's only 6:30 here where Shiose lives as well. Not in Canada, though. Brandon is one of your favorite archetypes, and you're super in love with Albaz. Oh my gosh! She'll say the same way, except she's like super in love with a looper. Everyone can forgive Shiose for her little card crush. Everyone has a card crush, right? It's not just Shiose. Can you will everyone let Shiose know what their card crush is? It could be from TCG, it could be from Rush Duel. It could be from a different game altogether. Shiose can Google them. Make Shiose not feel alone in her card crush. You don't have one? Oh no. Oh, Shiose seeing a little argument. Well, as long as you guys are being respectful, Shiose doesn't quite mind. And it's... Shiose sees it like this, like, you know, when two people are arguing about a show or something, like, you know, it is sort of like, oh, they're arguing, but also, like, when you think about it at the end of the day, it means that, like, they're really, like, passionate about the show to the point that they want to, like, talk about it with other people and argue about it with other people. Maybe that's just, like, a really, like, optimistic way of seeing things, but in Shiose's eyes, as long as you're being respectful and not doing any personal attacks, it doesn't really matter. Card crush virus is a hard sickness to get rid of. Not that kind of crush. Not that kind of crush. Your crush card is Snipe Hunter. What is Snipe Hunter? It's just... Shiose is looking it up. What? This little goblin thing? Well, Shiose is not going to judge you. She's never even heard of this card. When did it come out? It looks really old. 2006 in Cyberdark Impact. Oh, so like the GX era. Oh, wow. This is a really old card. The good Dragophilia is yours? Oh, as in like liking dragons. Like Dragophilia. Or is that an actual card? She's looking it up. She's looking it up. Hang on. Okay, this is not a card. So it's a Dragophilia as in liking dragons. There we go. Avatar of the Pot is best card. Avatar of the Pot. Avatar of the Pot, you said? Avatar of the Pot. Oh, maybe she'll say it just, you know, doesn't quite understand. Maybe she'll say doesn't have taste. Avatar of the Pot. A Sword Soul Iris is yours. Sword Soul Iris is a good one. She'll say also like Sword Soul Iris. If she were to... Oh, she has to think of a different card crush that's not a looper. Let's see here. She's going through like her mental catalog of like TCG cards and she's trying to think. But she can't think. Oh, maybe Dark the Dark Charmer. You know, like DHARC? Dark? She'll say feels like she's insane. She needs to look this up on Wikipedia. Maybe she's thinking of a different card. But now Wikipedia has froze on her. Oh. Maybe she'll say and the Dark Charmer just weren't meant to be. Yeah, Wikipedia just booted shit out. They said that it's no longer loading for her. Oop. They said stop looking up card crushes, she'll say. Would you say UDS got shirted? Like carded in Arc 5? Shirted? See, if you say that UDS got shirted, you also have to say that he has to get unshirted, which is a very unfortunate term. Unshirt UDS. Oh no. Alright, we're moving on, we're moving on. Area best charmer. Area... Is it Area? Area? Area the water charmer. Oh! Yeah, also really good. You know why, but Lightbringer Lucifer exists. Does it? Lightbringer Lucifer. Oh! It's a TCG card? From 2019. Oh, it's a collab card, which means we'll never get it in the TCG. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's such a pretty card, though. Oh. Whenever, tier elements, or tier laments, is that what they're called? Tier laments. Cause it's tier and then lament. So tier lament. Alright, whenever tier laments come over to Master Duel, she'll say we'll definitely be building them. How could she not? That's an archetype that's specifically made for her. She knows a lot of people don't like it, but it's fine. It's a her archetype. Oh, your favorite card crush is Dark Magician Girl or Maiden in Love? Maiden in Love? Oh wow, the anime only card? Is it also in Duel Links, if Shiose remembers correctly? Huh, interesting, interesting. Condemned Dark Lord is your crush card. Ooh, good choice. Condemned Dark Lord. Good choice. Shiose kind of wants to pull Condemned Dark Lord's horns, just like by the base, just like yank them out. They just seem like they would be... They just seem like they would come right off. For some reason, like with a little pop. You can do that with Shiose's horns. Shiose's horns are detachable. She can't show it on the model, but... They're detachable. They grow back. But you know, they're coral, so... Not a lot of people have use for them. So they stay firmly on Shiose's head. Yeah. Shiose's still scrolling up. What does Shiose think about Yuhi? He feels like Cyrus, but important to the plot. Oh, that's a really good way to describe him. He feels like Sho, like Cyrus. That's actually a really good way to describe him, except like he's part of the main cast. Yeah, she's currently kind of neutral on him. She doesn't like terribly love him, but she also doesn't terribly hate him either. So right now, just kind of neutral until we see more of him, hopefully. Shiose has a little conspiracy theory that the main reason why they haven't really given Yuhi some spotlight is because Yuhi's voice actor is... Well, he's gotten a lot better. He's gotten a lot better since episode 1, but in the first episode he was kind of really bad at voice acting. But he's gotten better. But Shiose's conspiracy theory for a time was that they didn't like want to give him like too many lines or too much spotlight. Because they weren't confident in his voice actor. To be fair to Yuhi's voice actor though, he's only like 14. But also to be fair, Yuamu's voice actor is like leaps and bounds better, and she's also 14. So skill issue, she supposes, but like she said, Yuhi has gotten a lot better, so hopefully they give him a bit more screen time. And like, you know, some more focus. Well, now that Shiose's thought about it, Yugi hasn't really had his own like episode, right? Yuamu's had her own episodes. And everyone else, like Kawaii Tel and Chupataro and Huh. Well, you could argue that episode 4 with the traps and Chupataro in the factory could have been a Yuhi episode, but not really. Oh, not really. So yeah, right now she's just kind of neutral on Yuhi. Does she like the OCG Structures manga? Yes! Well, she's only read a couple chapters, but she does plan to read more, and then she can catch up to the Raws because she can read because she can read Japanese, so she can catch up to the Raws. Hopefully sometime soon. Like Shiose said, she's still a little busy. Alright. I'm sorry, she's catching up with chat. It's midtime. Oh, you mean midnight. Well, thanks for stopping by, Pomo Switch. Have a great night. Should you pitch an Arc 5 sequel or a Rush Duel anime to Konami Cross Media New York? Well, Konami Cross Media New York doesn't handle the, like the production of anime. They only dub the anime. If you were to pitch an idea to anyone, it would be to, TV Tokyo or Shueisha in Japan. They're the ones in charge of the actual anime. You know, Konami is only in charge of distribution outside of Japan. In Japan, Konami's only in charge of the card game. Konami's only in charge of the anime outside of Japan. It's a weird, like, legal rights thing. It's a whole thing on its own, but... you know, as one does. So is her model, like, leaning over? What is the issue here? Why is her model leaning over so much? Yuhi's getting the worst side of everything. Even his battle decks got stolen with anime imports unrelated to him. Oh no! Yeah, Shiose doesn't know if you've noticed. If you watch Go Rush Live, if you watch Go Rush Live and you watch the commercials that come up sometimes, when they're advertising the strongest battle decks, each girl that's associated with the battle decks, like, have their own little time in the spotlight. And, like, they say something about their deck in the commercial, except for Yuhi's. Yuhi's, like, assigned Kimono Girl doesn't say anything to advertise his structure deck. It's like Konami knows that his is the worst one. Or they're also just really dedicated to to shafting him just as the anime is. Which is very unfortunate, all things considered. Do you think we'll eventually get TCG Rush Duel? Yeah. Maybe it's a little copium though. Shiose knows a lot of people would say, oh, it's kind of cope, isn't it? No, but Shiose really thinks we'll get it. She believes with all her heart. You know, when the anime first came out, here, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters anime, the dub, first came out here in the United States, it was like Konami went like a full 6 months before they finally imported the game. So the anime had been running for 6 months before they finally imported the card game. So she's like thinking maybe something like that will happen here too. So, 7 started airing in early June. So plus 6 months is December, which is unfortunately the holiday season. So probably January-ish, but also January's Chinese New Year, and a lot of places do manufacturing and all that other stuff in China. So probably the earliest we'll see it is February. That's what Shiose thinks. And then coupled with like COVID delays, more realistically, probably around March or April, but the earliest would be February, is what Shiose thinks. Oh, while we're here, Shiose wants to show everyone her model. Okay, so you've only seen her torso, but she can show you the rest of her model and how she moves. Look at her move. Alright, let her recalibrate a little bit. There we go. Now she's recalibrated. Oh, she is a little... For some reason, she was a little leaned over. Oh no, now she's leaned over again. Oh, okay. Look. Look, everyone. This is Shiose's new model. As you can see, her tail moves now. It's not just a static PNG. Her tail moves now. Her skirt is flowy. That also moves around. Her legs move, you know, she's not just locked at the waist anymore. The little tassels, everything's really, really, really nice and wavy. Just I told her, Papa, her rigger, to make her really, like, fluffy, in movements. How do you describe that in English? Like a little fua-fua. Like just that everything moves really flowily, like so. She doesn't have a lot of other animations. Oh, she can like lean back and lean forward, which is like a... Which doesn't seem like a big thing, but it's actually a pretty huge thing in terms of rigging. Lean back, lean forward. Lean back, lean forward. Alright. Back to normal. There we go. That's a good one. That's a good one. New Shiose is as easy? Is as wavy? Is it wavy or easy? As the sea itself? It's probably wavy, right? Oh, there we go. Wavy. Shiose is really wavy. New Shiose. Wave, 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 wave. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Shinsei does love the little extra bells and whistles, though. It makes her feel better. But oh, hang on, she accidentally clicked something. But the fact that she also has, you know, expressions like this. She says she has one more, and this is the sparkle one. And then when she blinks, the sparkles move. They do the sparkly thing. She has one more, but it's not here, which is very unfortunate. Alright, ears on. Oh, wait, no, wrong one. Wrong button. Ears on. You hate how long Konami takes to do anything English or dub related? Arc 5 for dub and America skipped the synchro arc. Yeah, wasn't that like a whole thing where like Nicktoons, it's like a combination of like they were screwed over by the like starting from the Zale arc. And technically also like 5Ds and GX, they completely skipped the last season of GX, and then like 5Ds, they skipped a whole bunch of episodes, especially the ones in the Neo Arc Cradle. But like with the whole Zeal lawsuit, and then Nicktoons not airing, it was like a combination of things. It was just a really bad factor for Komoney. Very unfortunate, but now it's kind of like spilled over into like these new series because Konami is just so far behind. And then there's also the fact that Vrains never got its like last season aired at all. Except in Australia. And Canada? Australia and Canada? Were those the two ones that, the two countries that had, that actually had, Vrains dub aired? Buy Rush cards just for the collection. Shiose wants to buy Rush cards so badly, like English ones, not like the Japanese ones that she's currently been buying. They're also very pretty, don't get her wrong. Rush Rare cards have like, when they're printed, like the art is like a little bit raised. That's like a millimeter. they raise the art, and it's so cool, and it's so glittery. And then Rush Rare cards are just so well printed. They have a completely different look and feel to TCG and OCG cards as well. So Shiose is obliged to think that they're probably, well, most definitely, right? Common sense that they're printed at different manufacturers. But Rush Rares are really, 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 really pretty. Build up at least got finished. Oh, 20 or 30 or so streaming only. Wait, where did Zeal air? Like on TV wise? What channel died? Yes, now Shiose is 4-eared. Or maybe her fins are just for show. You never know. On Hulu? Wait, no. There's no way it's on Hulu. No, it was on a TV channel because this was back in the early 2010s, so this is a TV channel. And Hulu's a streaming service, right? Oh no, Shiose's asking about Zale. Where did Zale air back when it was airing? Valley CW? Oh, the kids block it was. Oh, okay. Shiose understands now. She'll put the ears away too. Ta-da! Alright, back to normal, everyone. Places. Is Shiose excited for the new border breaking rarity coming out for Rush cards? Yes! Oh, over Rush Rare! Over Rush Rare! Oh, she's so looking forward to it. Over Rush Rare. She's looking forward to seeing the designs of the Over Rush Rare border cards first and foremost. And then after Shiose has seen the designs, then she wants to see the print on them. Because like the thing with Rush Rares, not Over Rush, but with Rush Rares, is that like if Shiose never got to see one Rush Rare like herself in real life and realized that the art was raised, she would not be singing its praises. So one, design, and also two, she wants to see how it's printed. Maybe they'll raise the art on the Over Rush Rares as well. That would be really cool. Zeal Dub aired on a CW block called Vortex, which is formerly CW 4Kids Toonzai, after 4Kids moved to CW from Fox. Oh, okay, Shiose understands now. And then 4Kids was bought out by Konami and became 4K Media. Okay, she remembers. And then later on, 4K Media rebranded again to Konami Cross Media. Right, because the same person who's working on the dubs right now, the producer for the dubs is Darren Dunstan, and he's been working on Yu-Gi-Oh dubs since like the original Duel Monsters. So it's still the same guy even now for the 7's dub. There was this rare rule saying all Saturday morning programming had to be education. So all the Saturday morning kids blocks had to die. And what? What? And Vortex was like, what? Really? Like in America? That happened in America? No way! Whoa! Shiose never heard of that. Oh, thanks for stopping by. Even if it's only just to really pass by. Shiose's so happy that everyone's still here. She's been streaming for an hour and a half. Goodness gracious. Is she going to buy the Rush game for Nintendo Switch? Yes! Yes, absolutely. She doesn't know whether or not she's gonna play it on stream. Well, when would it release here? It would probably release... if it releases at midnight in Japan, that means it would release like in the afternoon here in where Shiose is. So, she could probably do like a 1 or 2 hour stream the moment it goes live and after Shiose has downloaded it. Would that be of interest? She definitely is planning on playing the Rush game and buying it. The language barrier isn't an issue since Shiose speaks Japanese, so woo. And she'll definitely duel people on the new Rush game as well. It'll be really fun. She'll say stretch. She'll say big stretch. There we go. Wow. There's so much like TV lore that everyone knows that Shiose has no idea about. But this is a compliment. You guys seem really passionate about it, so it makes Shiose happy. When is the English version of Rush Duel Battle Royale getting a fusion summon? At this point, probably never. Probably never. At this point. It looks like it's never getting updates. What we do know at the very least, is that Konami published a financial report where they included the Go Rush video game in the financial report, and it was also present in their English financial report, with its English name, with its working title English name, which implies that it is going to be imported here, which is great. We'll get the Go Rush game probably in like a year. We'll get it in a year, but we are getting it, so that is nice. You have a theory that if Synchro were to come to Rush Duel, there would be a tier of card introduced that's higher than Legend, and then you have more than 3 Legend cards. That's a little too OP. Even having more than 1 Legend card in your deck is insane. Like, that would power creep Rush so hard. She's like, kind of hopes that never happens. Like, yeah, the power creep for Rush has been fairly low. They've been keeping it under wraps, but 3 Legend cards, that would power creep Rush terribly. You wonder how the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh is doing in terms of viewership. Well, it probably being on Disney XD and also a whole bunch of other like accessible streaming services like Hulu, it's probably doing wonders for it. You know, what was it? Beyblade had a little resurgence because it was also on. Was it also on Hulu? But it was on Disney XD. But it had a little resurgence because all the little kids are getting into it. So that was fun. So hopefully that also happens for Rush Duel. But, you know, that would only happen if Konami would import the Rush cards so the kids can go out and buy the cards that the show is marketing. You know, say what you want about Hasbro, but, you know, at least they put the Beyblades out to be bought. It has to be a messy look for Konami if they release the Go Rush game and Sevens is still going on. Well, they released the Sevens game before the dub was even a glimmer of hope on the horizons. It's not their first rodeo. And it won't surprise Shiose if that's what it comes to in the end. Sippy, sippy, sippy. Has it really been? Wow, it's been an hour and a half. You guys have stayed with Shiose for so long, and all she has been doing is just talking and talking and talking and talking. Shiose had a docket, and then she didn't get to use it because she was so, she thought she was just gonna talk nonstop. Or, well, no, not. Well, she is gonna talk nonstop, but she thought that she would need a docket so she knew what to talk about when she ran out of topics. But it seems like, at the very least, the conversation's going very smoothly. It's enjoyable to talk. Don't always need to do stuff to be entertaining. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's nice to know. Imagine if UDS becomes playable in Cross Duel before Go Rush gets a dub. Just say probably doesn't need to imagine that. Considering how they found the Go Rush cards data mined in the game, Shiose does not need to imagine that. That's probably going to happen. Which unfortunately means they're going to have to figure out who to cast for UDS's dub voice very soon. Oh, actually, I should look at her docket. Let's see here. Last turn rulings, which we went over briefly. Rush Duel meta. Well, we talked a little bit of like fun Rush Duel decks, but we haven't really talked about Rush Duel meta. Maybe a little fun topic to end the night on. Since this Shiose is a Rush VTuber, a Rush Yugi-tuber, so it only makes sense, right? Oh, what can she did everyone here, or at least someone here, watch the Rush Duel Japanese championships? Because they were really fun to watch. It was a lot of Thunderbolt. A lot of Thunderbolt. But, you know, there was the one dragon deck that made it all the way to finals, so that was really fun. Shiose thought that they were running the, Dragius Fusion Turbo because they had an extra deck, but then they never used it, so it was really only there for show. Yeah, everyone was on Barrier Statue, but it kind of worked out, right? Because like people, instead of putting Galactica Oblivion in their decks, which some of the people also put Galactica Oblivion in their decks, but because they were expecting fire Barrier Statue of the Inferno, they ran the Noodle Monster, which still let them special summon it because it is a fire. So that was a clever play to play around the Barrier Statues. We got a lot of Pyro support, but it's still not good enough. It's good, but it's not good enough. Something needs to dethrone Thunderbolt, and well, that's really it, right? Something needs to dethrone Thunderbolt. There's a lot of counters to Gate Order now, so it's not as huge of a problem. Still is, but you know, not as big. Your worst fear is that Gen 1 or Yu-Gi-Oh players hijack the Rush Duel delivery trucks? What? What? Listen, if any Yu-Gi-Oh player were to hijack a delivery truck, it probably would have happened already, considering some of these packs have like such expensive cards. They would hijack them just to get the cards. And if someone knew which delivery trucks delivered what, well, it's over. It would be over. And also, like, in Shiose's experience, she's been to a couple conventions and has sort of like visited her locals again. She hasn't been back in a couple years. But the TCG only players, you know, the people who only play TCG and just like don't watch the anime or don't keep up with it in any way, they're generally very like receptive to a new format. At least in Shiose's experience talking to different people, they're very like they will play or at least give Rush a chance if it comes over. They're looking forward to it. It's really only the anime fans that are really terrible about Rush and Sevens and Go Rush. Which is kind of funny when you think about it, but also a little sad. But it really is only the anime fans. The TCG players don't care one way or another. Pyro at least has options now. Soon to be more genies. Oh, really? Oh, is that like a confirmation, like via the set code, that we'll get more genies? Genies are like the genies are like one of the favorite things that Shiose likes about Pyro, so hopefully Shiose can build a deck with more genies. She's played the new genie support. the guy who special summons any of the genies from your grave, whose name Shiose completely forgot, but it's fine. He's not all that great. And really only Methyl, the one that adds a monster back to your hand, a Pyro normal, is really good in her opinion. But it's fine. We do it for the genies. Shiose doesn't play Rush to be meta. Shiose plays Rush so she can get her funny cards. Her funny decks work. Yes, there we go. Alco the Flame Emperor. More formats means more ways to break the game. Things Yu-Gi-Oh players are experts at. Oh, you're very correct. Oh, you're very, very correct. Well, Rush hasn't been broken yet, has it? Well, technically. Due to Rush printing Dark Liberation so early on in the game's lifespan, and by early on, Shiose means like in the very first set, Rush Duel set ever. It's the power level has been set by Dark Liberation, and then 7th Red Magician and Dragius, which still sees some play nowadays, especially Dragius. Dragius is such a good card. So for coming out in the first set, it's still so splashable. Hope they do a full series where they connect support by color of flames. Ooh! Rainbow Genies. Oh, that'd be really fun. Can't the zombie deck combo to draw their entire deck? Yes! Alongside the Potter loop. Or the Progress Potter. It's like... It's really good. Like, the zombie draw engine with Nana is insane, and you don't even have to run the trap card. In fact, the trap card kind of sucks. Maid's present, Shiose means. But Shiose wants to run it anyway because she likes the art. How long did Legend of Blue Eyes' era power level stick from Master Duels? Oh, not really that long. Because the TCG had to like catch up to the OCG back when it was first released. It was Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, right? Yeah. So the TCG had to catch up with the OCG, which meant like they combined like 2 OCG packs into one singular pack. So like by the time that the next set came out, the meta would shift dramatically because there were so many new cards being added. Because it was 2 sets at a time they were combining. So Legend of Blue Eyes Zero was not that long, probably until oh, actually no, Metal Raiders didn't really have much, did it? Mirror Force. Yeah, there's Mirror Force that came out in Metal Raiders. Yeah, actually, yeah, so it didn't really last that long. Hello! Hello to the new people that are coming in. Shiose's surprised there are still people coming in. Of course she's very happy. Don't get her wrong. It's just this stream has been going on for like the 20? No, an hour. 40 minutes. Oh wow, an hour, 40 minutes. Primary would be Summon Skull. Oh right, that came out in Metal Raiders. Scary card until mid-brains. Shiose remembers back when it was banned. And they unbanned it to 1 back when Pendulums first came out. She remembers this. It was like such a huge deal, like, oh my gosh, Mirror Force was unbanned for the very beginning of the Pendulum format, but it was limited to 1. Understandable, right? But then like it slowly like no longer mattered. The power level of the game had just reached a point where Mirror Force just doesn't matter anymore. But she will say though that seeing Mirror Force in Master Duel is really funny. And also, like, a little exciting. Like, yeah, this is not an optimal card to play. But if your opponent plays it, Shiose can't really get mad at them for playing it. Because it's such a surprise, and it's like a little meme. Because every time Shiose attacks someone directly, she's like, oh, Mirror Force? Mirror Force? And of course, most of the time, it isn't Mirror Force. But the time that it is really hype. Really fun. Mirror Force has appeared in every Yu-Gi-Oh anime except Go Rush. Well, Go Rush still has like 80 episodes, so we'll probably see it sometime in those 80 episodes. But we didn't see Mirror Force in 7 until episode 79? 78? 78 to 79 was when we actually saw Mirror Force in the show, so yeah. Does Shiose play Duel Links and is she excited for the Reigns update? Sort of. She hasn't opened Duel Links in a very long while. She sort of still plays Duel Links, but only like to log in and check things, not really to actually play it. She'll probably log on to do the rain stuff, at the very least. Just play Dark Mirror. If you activate it at first turn, your opponent will sweat the rest of the game. Oh, Dark Mirror Force. What a terrible card. Well, a lot of people now, nowadays, put all their cards in defense position to avoid Lightning Storm. So, it'd be a really funny tech. How would Link Monsters even work in Duel Links? Well, they're probably gonna add the extra monster zones, right? Shiose hasn't seen all the leaks yet, so she can't say for sure, but they would need the extra monster zones. And you know how they made like 2 of the spell trap zones? They made 2 of the spell trap zones into Shiose is blanking. Pendulum zones. So yeah, there's that. Never played Yu-Gi-Oh before, but have been considering getting into it recently. Is Master Duel a good way to get into the game? No! Absolutely not! Master Duel is... Well, okay. If you are a person who can learn via trial by fire, then yes. If you can be thrown into the thick of it, and that's how you learn, or that's how you learn best, or you can learn that way, then yes, probably. But for new players who are looking for like an actual tutorial, probably not. Unfortunately, Yu-Gi-Oh is not really beginner friendly. Master Duel does have a few tutorials. At the very least, Shiose recommends you you download it. And like mess around a little. But yeah, if you were to try and get into Master Format Yu-Gi-Oh, probably would be best to start with Duel Links and then graduate to Master Duel. But you know, again, maybe some people learn by being thrown into the fire, so that depends on you. You hope extra monster zone isn't a skill. Huh, that's interesting, right? Because they made the extra pendulum zone a skill. But like, the normal pendulum zones in the spell and traps could still be used even without a skill, so they would probably make at least 1 extra monster zone? Shiose's not sure. Yeah, if you have any questions, okay, you can always ask Shiose on like Twitter. Shiose's Twitter is linked in the description. And she'll be happy to answer. Master Duel is just they have tutorials, which honestly you could probably play through, but there's like a whole bunch of intricacies with Master Format and Yu-Gi-Oh as a whole that Shiose is not entirely sure she can recommend it to a new player, a newcomer. You can't just get into Yu-Gi-Oh! You gotta do years of training first. Mostly mental resistance. Yeah, that's a good one. There's a whole bunch of weird things in Yu-Gi-Oh! really weird, that are not like written in any official material, or like you have to like just know the ruling from past precedents or things like that in order to like actually get into Yu-Gi-Oh. But you know, Master Duel has a couple tutorials. It can at least start you off, but probably not for like if you want to actually learn the game for a while. So for that, it's probably better to do Duel Links. Duel Links is on PC as well as mobile. It's on Steam, which is nice, and so is Master Duel. The Brains update for Duel Links will display Playmaker's lost post. We'll finally get to see Playmaker lose. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Oh, now she can't wait for Brains World to come out. If you think, simply act like you're in anime when playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh no, real life Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like a whole can of worms, isn't it? Playmaker never lost. Ever. He drew. He drew a lot. But he didn't lose. So we'll finally get to see his lose pose in Duel Links. Yeah, it does feel like Brains has the problem of there not really being enough characters. Especially when you have like Arc 5, right? You still have a whole bunch of Arc 5 characters that aren't yet in Duel Links. Arc 5 could have gone for another year before they added Brains, honestly. They have so many characters. Of course, it's not like they're gonna stop adding Arc 5 characters. They're not gonna do that, but it just feels like with the amount of things that Arc 5 added, they could have had another year before introducing Brains World, but they're probably on some sort of set schedule. Brains has the benefit of having the most past meta relevant decks. Well, at least because they were like, a majority of them were relevant in Master Rule 4? Back when you needed links to do like everything. Thankfully in Master Rule 5 that's no longer an issue. Thank goodness. So Shiose is not sure how good some of these decks would be in Master Rule 5. Oh yeah, and there's still Zeal characters we don't have yet in Duel Links. There's a lot of things we don't have yet in Duel Links. Honestly, with the amount of content that they could still pump out. Well, it doesn't change Shiose's point now, does it? Like, they could have waited another year. You've never lost a game of Magic the Gathering, and you've also never played it. That's really good. You know, you can't lose if you never play. Yeah, Konami does seem like a little slow in adding characters, which is kind of strange to Shiose. Like, isn't the whole point of Duel Links all the anime characters that people grew to love and adore? You just wonder what a Master Duel format where off period cards can't be used period. Oh, like how they do like what's the word? Like they cycle in like rotations and sets of cards, right? That's what Magic does. She'll say never played Magic, but she knows a little bit, but only a tiny bit. Hello and good night. It is very late where some people are, very unfortunately. Brains could add a toll cast in Duel Links. Playmaker, Soulburner, Blue Maiden, Go, Revolver, Ghost Girl, Spectre, Blood Shepherd, the Ignis, Bowman, even Brave Max. Isn't Brave Max one of the starting characters? Or oh no, he's like a hidden character, like Bastion / Misawa is, right? meant something like non-archetypical. Oh, okay. See, the thing with like, Shiose talked about this earlier in the stream, but it's been like almost 2 hours. Oh my goodness. But she thinks that like Master Duel's kind of like in a little like situation, a corner where they can't really print like type specific support. That's not Worms, because Worms are, and Cybers because they're kind of new, but also Cybers got a lot of support anyway. But if they do, it could probably enable some sort of old deck to rise from the grave. Called by the grave, as it were. Because everything is just kind of like so power crept now. Add in all the alt forms as well, so Blue Angel, Blue Girl, Blue Maiden. Well, if that's one way for Brain's World to stack its characters, that's understandable. Shiose does not know what this name means, and she's not going to say it without having put it into Google. She's a little scared. She's very scared. Oh, thank you for the sub, though. Okay, Shiose, it is almost 7:30. Shiose has been here for 2 hours. Oh, she's really surprised that everyone stayed around for so long. So, you know, she's very surprised. Well, hopefully everyone had fun, even though all we did was, you know, talk and speak for 2 hours. Jose's probably gonna do, and end the stream here. Well, she doesn't really have much else to say. Like, thank you everyone so much for coming. She didn't expect such a huge turnout. She peaked at around, she wants to say, 36 concurrent viewers, which is higher than any rate that Shiose has ever had before. She thinks her highest before was 30, or was it 29? Did she break 30? She doesn't remember. But really, thank you everyone for stopping by. Jose's glad that you had fun, even though it was just, you know, chatting and speaking together. When she comes back for real, she will tweet and let everyone know. She will be hopefully coming back in September, hopefully. She can't make any promises, however, because her schedule is just so kind of unpredictable. But she'll timber. she'll say timber. She'll September. She'll September. She'll shiver me timbers. Yes, stay safe everyone. Have a nice night. Let Shiose know on Twitter if if you had fun. Like, she'll put out a tweet. She'll put out a tweet asking people if there was anything she could, you know, like, improve on or do better, or if you had a lot of fun. But it was like a little feedback tweet, so Chelsea will put that up like immediately after the stream, and so please let her know how she did. She feels like some sort of like call center person, like, oh, please do Shose's review at the very end to let her manager know that she did very well and deserves a raise. Is Shiose going to be on the episode 26 podcast? Shiose doesn't know. Maybe, maybe not. She actually doesn't know. If there's an update on that, she'll let everyone else know. Alright, everyone. Good night. Look forward to Shiose September. Shiose September. Shio September. Good night, everyone. Goodbye. Have a great day, or good morning, wherever you are in the world. See you whenever Shiose comes back. For real. Bye. Bye. Where's the end button?